Let's be honest, living near water sounds like the ultimate Florida dream, right? Sunrise, walks on the beach, salt air, dolphins in the distance, paddleboarding before dinner. But what no one really talks about are the hidden challenges that come with that dream, like flood zones, insurance headaches, salt corrosion, HOA restrictions, and even how the lifestyle can vary a lot depending on whether you're near the beach, a river, or the Intracoastal. So if you're even thinking about waterfront life in Jacksonville, this is the video you need before making any decisions. If we haven't met, I'm Josh Rogers. I've helped so many families move to Jacksonville and find neighborhoods that are the right fit for their lifestyle, not just based on what looks good online, but what actually feels like home. And it all starts with a simple text. So if you're seriously thinking about moving to Jacksonville, I'd love for you to shoot me a quick text. My team and I are local experts, and we can help you figure out which areas really line up with what you're looking for and find you the perfect home. So in this video, we're diving into what it's really like to live near water in Jacksonville. We'll talk about different waterfront options, the unexpected costs and maintenance, the lifestyle differences between riverfront and beachside living, some key flood zone realities, and whether the trade-offs are worth it in the long run. Let's get into it. Let's start with the types of waterfront living in Jacksonville. There's more than one way to live near water in Jax, and each one offers a different kind of vibe. You've got oceanfront living out at Jacksonville Beach, Neptune Beach, and Atlantic Beach. These areas give you that true coastal experience. Walk to the sand, surf lifestyle, lots of small local businesses, and a super casual vibe. But then there's Intracoastal front living, which offers scenic water views and boat access, especially in neighborhoods like Queens Harbor and Isle of Palms. The water here is calmer, and homes often come with private docks. Then you've got riverfront homes, particularly along the St. Johns River in places like San Marco, Ortega, and Mandarin. These areas tend to feel a little more historic and private, with big oak trees, long docks, and deep water access that's perfect for larger boats. Each waterfront type has its own pros and cons. Beaches give you walkability but less privacy and smaller lot sizes. Riverfront offers peace and space but might mean a longer drive to shopping or work. And Intracoastal is a blend, closer to the beach but still boat-friendly, so you've got to really know what kind of water lifestyle fits your day-to-day life. And speaking of day-to-day life, let's talk about what you don't see in the pictures, like what it actually costs to live near the water. Living near water usually comes with a higher price tag, and it's not just the home itself. First, let's talk insurance. If your home is in a FEMA flood zone, you'll likely need flood insurance, and those rates have gone up significantly in the past few years. Some policies are still affordable, but if you're near the beach or close to marshland, that number can really jump, especially if your home is older or at a lower elevation. Then you've got maintenance costs. Salt air is no joke. It eats away at metal, shortens the life of your AC units, and requires more frequent painting and exterior upkeep. If your home has a dock or a bulkhead, you'll have ongoing repairs and inspections, and those aren't cheap. Plus, many waterfront communities have HOAs, and fees can be higher to cover things like canal dredging or seawall maintenance. There's also the cost of preparedness. Some buyers invest in hurricane shutters or whole house generators to protect their property, especially since being near water often means you're more exposed during storm season. Now, this doesn't mean it's not worth it, far from it. But you've got to factor these things in when deciding what kind of waterfront life makes sense for your budget and your lifestyle. Now, if you're watching this and you're seriously thinking about making a move to the Jacksonville area, and you want a team of local experts to help you find a home and neighborhood that actually fits your lifestyle, just shoot me a quick text. We'll ask you a few simple questions and send you some tailored options. Let's keep going because this next section is a big one that often catches people off guard: flood zones and permits. Jacksonville has a lot of low-lying areas, and FEMA's flood maps change periodically. That means even if a home wasn't in a high-risk zone 10 years ago, it might be now, and that impacts your insurance, your resale value, and sometimes even your ability to renovate. For example, if you're looking at a waterfront home and want to expand or remodel, you might run into permitting issues, especially if the home is in a coastal high-hazard zone or near protected marshland. Some upgrades require environmental surveys or approvals that can drag out timelines and add to your costs. Then there's storm prep. Jacksonville doesn't get direct hits from hurricanes as often as South Florida, but we do get tropical storms and heavy rain, and storm surge is always a possibility if you're near the Intracoastal or the beach. Homes built after newer codes came into effect are generally more storm resilient, but if you're buying a charming older bungalow near the water, you'll want to make sure it's been properly updated. All this to say, it's not just about buying a beautiful waterfront house. It's about understanding the long-term responsibilities that come with that location, so you're not caught off guard. So now that we've talked cost and logistics, let's balance that with the fun stuff, what life is actually like when you live near the water in Jacksonville. Because it's not just about the view. Beachside life gives you instant access to a walkable, laid-back lifestyle. You can bike to coffee shops, walk your dog by the ocean, and enjoy a strong sense of community. But then parking is tighter, traffic gets heavier during tourist season, and you might sacrifice space or storage for the location. Intracoastal life is a little quieter. You get the water views, often more yard space, and you're still only a short drive to the beach. It's perfect if you're a boater or love sunset views from your dock. And riverfront life? It's peaceful, scenic, and often feels more tucked away. Great if you value privacy and space, though you might be further from big shopping centers or your kids' schools. So the lifestyle payoff is real, but so are the trade-offs. It really depends on how much the perks matter to you versus the things you'd have to give up or work around. And that's where having someone local really helps you find the balance that fits. So here's where we bring it all together. Is living near water in Jacksonville dreamy or demanding? The truth is, it can absolutely be both. If you're someone who thrives in the outdoors, loves waking up to water views, and is okay with some extra maintenance and planning to make that lifestyle work, it can be one of the most rewarding choices you make. But if your priorities are more about convenience, school zones, or cost savings, you might find that water-adjacent or water access communities give you a better balance without the added costs or complications. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. It really comes down to your lifestyle, your budget, and how much value you place on that water view. But what I can tell you is that having someone local to walk you through those trade-offs can make all the difference. That said, if you're seriously considering the move and want help finding a home and a neighborhood that fits your lifestyle, not just your Pinterest board, text me. I'll ask you a few quick questions, and we'll send you some real options that actually match what you're looking for. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.